Rolex does not admit faults, they eliminate them. And the Rolex Batman is what happens when the erase button fails. The Batman was a pivot and not a design. Rolex created the GMT-Master II Batman because they were unable to stabilize another ceramic idea. Rolex's original ceramic aim was black and red. However, when combined with black, the red ceramic shade disintegrated at high sintering temperatures, indicating color instability, a microscopic fissure at the seam, and structural fragility. Instead of canceling the entire GMT ceramic project, Rolex quietly changed the bezel program, momentarily abandoning red and testing a blue tint that might chemically stable with black. Blue worked where other colors didn't. The Batman was not chosen. It survived. From 2013 to 2015, early Batmans served as a live test to assess ceramic color permanence and track public reaction to non-traditional GMT hues. That is why early production levels were lower than in subsequent years. Rolex delayed 6 years before extending the concept further. In other words, collectors unintentionally underwent Rolex's real-world stress test. Rolex was never meant to replace Pepsi. Internally, Batman was positioned as a modern GMT for a modern buyer. Not a Pepsi replacement. Not a heritage piece. That's why the blue is intentionally muted. Marketing was minimal. No historical narrative was pushed. The Pepsi is nostalgia. The Batman is infrastructure. Rolex building the future without disturbing the past. Rolex discontinued the Rolex GMT-Master II Batman in 2019. They did not discontinue the Batman concept. They updated the Batman. It immediately returned as 126710BLNR. New movement, 70-hour power reserve, chronergy escapement, and better shock resistance. And the Jubilee bracelet returned. Rolex doesn't evolve references, they end them. So the 116710BLNR was closed permanently. That's not discontinuation, that's completion. Here's where collectors separate. The Oyster Batman represents old Rolex tool watches, new Rolex luxury sport watches. It had super case, polished center links, Oyster-only configuration. It's best for long-term configuration, scarcity-driven value. Vintage-style collecting logic. It has closed production with a transitional reference and clear historical boundary. Oyster is the investment-grade Batman. The Jubilee Batman, Rolex GMT-Master II Batman, is elegant, refined, and still alive. That makes it a classic, not a collectible. Rolex history is ruthless. The version that can't be repeated always wins last. That's why Oyster prices accelerate and Jubilee prices appreciate gracefully. Different roles, different futures. The Rolex Batman isn't valuable because of hype. It's valuable because it marks a moment Rolex rarely reveals. Internal failure, followed by mastery. And once you understand that, you can spot which Rolex references are next, before the market does. Subscribe. We study the details others scroll past.